Motorsport Museum. I don't think I was ready for this. This is crazy. This is there's well, there's a lot of stuff actually. What's that? We got a postie bike. I will say, not that into motorcycles, but my favorite are definitely the super old ones. Also, the collection of just outboard motors is kind of hilarious. I almost missed this. It's the rotary bike. This section is more my jam. 30s and 40s British bikes. Just the coolest. I got the adventure bikes. Vespa. There's so much here. And as somebody who does not know much about motorcycles, I feel like what everybody else probably feels like when I drag them to a car museum. Oh shit, there's a Motocompo. Honestly, what a name. What a name. There's just so many. It's insane. So this is what we would call old. It's a 1894, I don't even know how to say the name, Hildebrand and Wolfmuller. Made 2 horsepower. And the engine, the valve, piston. And then the piston connects to the crankshaft outside. And then the cams on the wheel. What a strange engine. First mass-produced motorcycle. It's a steam motorcycle. It would do 40, which is crazy. But more importantly, if Lincoln didn't get shot by John Wilkes Booth, there's a timeline where he could have ridden this. These things are cool. They're near cars. And then 35. This section is 100% my jam. Love these things. I forgot about wood track racing. I don't know how much money it would cost to make a wooden racetrack in today's times. Look, a 1920s board track racer. How fast did it go? I keep hoping to see a Honda CBR 250 RR, highest driving motorcycle ever to be built. But I don't see any anywhere, and it kind of makes me sad because of the modern motorcycles. That's the one I know the most about, and the one I'm the most interested in. The turbo motorcycles. Oh, I think this is the guy with the funny headlights. Wait for it, wait for it. Funny headlights. Honestly, this is the part I'm excited for. We're entering Lotus Land. I like the Europa. And an Elan, but also Europa. Dang, it's got all of the Lotuses. It goes all the way back. Forget the toy car collection. It's ridiculous. And also, all Lotus. Huh. And that's not all of it, just in case you thought it was. No, it keeps going. Still, all Lotus. And then you come back and look up, and it goes all the way across. And it's all Lotus. I didn't even know half these cars existed. The old Lotus Formula cars are really cool and floating. Ferrari. That's a goofy little transmission just sticking out the back. How interesting. Ferrari. I don't know, my phone decided to stop recording, so I don't know where I left off, but that is 1964. Which means that my little Mini was driving around for 4 years before this car even existed. Yo, dog, we heard you like Pistons, so here's 48 of them. What a thing. Estimated 519 horsepower, 6 carbs, BMW transmission, Honda CB750 front fork, and it weighs 1,320 pounds. That's crazy. What a silly thing. Hanging motorcycles from the ceiling like they're little toy airplanes is a wild decision, and I love it. All the cool old stuff. The fenders on these are so cool, the old Indians. And then also, the motorcycle. Oh, that thing's sick. Hold up. It's a cycle car from 1912. And then we also have some military bikes with the gun mount. I think the display cases might be my favorite part, because it's like, oh, look at all these cool car trophies and stuff, and then we come over here and it's a whole selection of carburetors, and then guns, and then model ships. Because why not? Just love it. Old BMW motorcycles are also sick. They look so evil. Maybe it's because it comes from a time when Germany was pretty dang evil. Oh, the sidecar's so cool. Looks like a bullet. Cushman may have single-handedly made the goofiest motorcycles throughout their entire existence, and I love them for that. Like, look at this thing. It's like a bug. Also, being the sidecar gunner was probably one heck of a job. On the list of things that are okay and not okay, I think the Wicker sidecar might land on the not okay side. Amazing. Called this section the Chell section because she loves old British cars, which includes Corvettes, I guess. All the Lotuses in the world. I think it's 7. Finally a 7. I want a 7. But I'll probably end up with a Caterham because 7s are expensive. Unfortunately, you can't go down to the bottom, but you can see it. The museum was really cool. Probably even cooler if you were into motorcycles, but I really like vintage Lotuses, so the fact that there's a giant thing of vintage Lotuses in there made me very happy. I'm gonna do one more stop, and then I think it's just going to be the most ridiculously long slog home. I have arrived at the Tupelo National Battlefield, and there's not even really a parking lot. It's just like a pull-off on the side of the road with a monument. So I'm gonna go walk over there and check it out, and hopefully nobody like runs into my car. So yeah, I'll show you. This is what we're working with here. But yeah, here you go, Tupelo. 1864 Civil War battlefield. The United States won against the Confederates. Not too much else to note. I'm gonna check and make sure there's not another like site or stop or anything to do. on this one, but I'll get back to you. So I found there is one other thing. This is the site of the battle for Old Town Creek. So we'll read some stuff. I'll tell you some stuff. And then we're going to head to Bryce's Cross battlefield because it's just up the road. And then I'm actually going. This battle was basically just a good way for the Union to cut off the Confederate supply lines. They ended up having to retreat anyway, even though they won, because they were running low on supplies. But it was, you know, important and a victory. This park was kind of mediocre, and now we're gonna go to Bryce Cross and see if that's Andy. Not sure I've ever seen a cotton farm with like actual cotton on the plants before. And 15 minutes later, we made it, boys. This marks where the battle first started on the morning of June 10th, 1864. Apparently this road existed back then, and it was a very muddy dirt road. Little summary of this battle, as I read all of the stops while here at the first one, just because they all are kind of like this in a field. There's an actual monument. I'm going to go check that one out, but that's pretty much all I'm going to do. The Confederates were just absolutely hammering the Union in this one the entire time, pushing them all the way back to retreat to Memphis, Tennessee. We're in northern Mississippi right now, so it's still a bit of a ways. But there was a choke point across a river with a little bridge. Seems to be a common theme. Rivers are hard to cross, apparently, with the whole army. So they got beat to crap, and ended up being over 3,000 of the 12,000 men engaged in battle were either wounded or killed. So, yeah. I'll include some clips of the monuments and stuff. I realized quickly when I was going the wrong way that monument that I was talking about was actually where we started.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the ramp to Boonville, Corinth.
So I'm not going to head back there. Those crossroads were basically what they were fighting towards. And yeah, that's about it. Another not so interesting Civil War national monument battlefield place. It seems like the ones that were in the south,
in a quarter mile, merge onto US 45.
They were significant, but it doesn't seem like they're necessarily the most exciting to visit. I'm going to do a little bit more research about this and add that to the video if I find anything else interesting about it. Their diesel pump is next to the truck diesel pump. He's a big car, I swear. I love it when they do that. We're in the middle of actual nowhere, Nebraska. The sunset's off the charts again. I repeat, the sunset is crazy.